everybody, I'm Holly. I am the human with Outdoor Canine Adventures. On this channel, we'll be going over all things outdoors and canine adventure related. So hiking, swimming, even just occasionally outdoor events that we go to. We don't go to a ton of events that have dogs at them. Mostly just hiking and various other kinds of outdoor adventures. We are going to go over what kinds of tools we use for hiking. Now that may be different for you. Everybody has their personal preference on what they use, but I am happy to offer our tips. We are not professionals by any means. I just know what works for us. And I want to share the different trails and the different hikes that we go on around here. There's all kinds of different things to see. We have so many nature trails and so many different things that we can get out and do. And it's all different day to day depending on the weather and the season. And I enjoy it, and so I want to share that with anybody else that's interested and would like to get out and go on adventures with their dogs. If there's content that you want me to talk about, or if there is something you want me to try, I am open always to suggestions. Sorry, I kind of keep looking off camera because I do have the dogs outside with me while I'm recording this, so I'm trying to keep an eye on them. MJ is stalking a bird right now. I am going to do an introduction of all my dogs so that you know who they are. MJ will be the one that you see the most because she is the youngest and the most active and wants to get out and do the most. Lucy also really enjoys getting out and doing things, especially when the weather's cooler. MJ is always a challenge to wear her out mentally and physically. Mentally, she needs a lot of mental stimulation. She's a bloodhound and she's 3. When we were living in Florida, they all 3 did search and rescues, so they are very used to doing work and getting that energy out doing work. And since we've been here, we're still doing the training on our own. So we've kind of come up with different things to do, and I've always been into hiking. In Florida, there's not a lot of hiking to do, and if there is, it's really hot, so you have to be careful, especially with the dogs. So we haven't really been able to, we didn't really do a whole lot of that in Florida. And now that we've moved up to Northeast Tennessee, there is a lot more things that we are able to take advantage of here. The dogs saw snow for the first time in January when we moved here. So this year, we have our own house and our own yard. They'll get to see some of that snow. So I plan to share that with you guys. They didn't really get to enjoy it as much as I would have liked them to in January. So we'll be able to share some of that this year. A lot more hiking planned now that things have settled down with moving into our own house and everything. And we are just happy to go on all kinds of adventures. If there's a trail in Northeast Tennessee or Southwest Virginia, anywhere around us, I am more than happy to go and check out. I want to try new trails. I want to do all kinds of exploring. Last weekend we went to Damascus and checked that out. We're definitely going to be going back and doing some of that. Sorry, this is my first recording of YouTube, so I am learning and getting comfortable talking to the camera. It's a lot easier to talk to the camera while I'm hiking than sit here in a chair and talk to you. But that's something I will learn to do. I am gonna go tell MJ to knock it off while she barks at cats. All right, now that I have silenced the crazy beast, she's still watching birds, but the cats are gone. I am back, and I wanted to just say, if there is anything you want on here, feel free to comment, let me know. We do have an Instagram also by the same name, Outdoor Canine Adventures, that we are working on growing. That is a little bit older. I started that in March, so there's a little bit more on there, but I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. I just think it would be fun, and I like doing longer stuff than what you can do on Instagram. I really like watching a lot of the hiking YouTubes, but there's not really any that I have seen that are simple, basic dog stuff. A lot of it's dog stuff that I've seen is more like through hiking and big hikes. We're going to focus more on day hikes. We aren't going to be doing any backpacking stuff in the foreseeable future. I'm not ruling that out, but right now I have 3 dogs, and my husband and I both work full time. and his schedule's not as flexible as mine. So right now we're just going to stick to day hikes. Some are going to be shorter, some are going to be longer. Right now in the summer, they're going to be shorter, about 4 to 6 miles or so, depending on the weather and the heat, and MJ. And whoever else I have with me. Typically it's going to be MJ though. So it just depends on the heat. So any short day hikes around the area would be great. We'll probably start picking up longer hikes come September when the weather cools down a little bit. I'm looking forward to that and enjoying the longer hikes. But right now we're just doing the 4 to 6 miles, and I'm really enjoying seeing everything. So anyways, any content you want to see, please let me know. Like, share, follow our Instagram and our YouTube. The content will vary slightly just because of what Instagram is more interested in and geared towards versus YouTube. YouTube's a little bit longer, so that'll be more of our hikes and more scenery and more commentary and more information. So I hope you enjoy our page, and we'll continue to follow along. We'll probably do weekly videos, maybe bi-weekly. I'm going to see how it goes. I don't want to get in over my head and then it loses its fun, because that's why I'm doing it. I think this is fun. So I don't want to do too much or overcommit, but I would like to do bi-weekly content. No, not bi-weekly. I'm saying it wrong. Twice a week. 2 times a week I want to post content, but I will for sure be doing once a week content. If you have a time that you think things should drop at, or time and day of the week, that would be great. Right now I'm kind of thinking Mondays at 8 in the morning, Eastern, but that is not set in stone. I'm interested in input, whatever, you guys want to say. All right, thank you, bye.
And now for the dog intros.
This is MJ. You will see her on most of the big hiking adventures. She is about 3 years old, and as you can see, she's a bloodhound. She is our biggest adventure partner because she has the most crazy, wild energy. This is Ellie. She is 10. You will see her on some of the shorter, smaller, easier adventures. Ellie has some arthritis issues that we are dealing with right now, so she's not able to go on big adventures, despite what her brain tells her. Her body does not agree. Isn't that right, Elle? This is Lucy. Lucy is 10. Actually, Lucy will be 10 in November. I made her older than she was. Lucy also loves all kinds of adventures. She is the one that started it all. She loves water. You will see her on most of our water adventures because she loves swimming. It's one of her most favorite things ever. She also loves snuggling. Right, Luz? Yeah, whatever, Mom.